Hi and welcome to this latest tutorial video for worshipministry.com. Today what I'm going to do is go through and start a new series called Stuck in G. And quite often when you're picking up a guitar, especially as a worship guitarist, you'll probably start by learning the chords that are in G with your G, with your D, E minor 7th maybe, and a C. And really, for the sake of worship, there's a lot of songs where it's not really needed for you to progress and do too much else in those sorts of things. But what that can do is maybe just limit you a little bit, and maybe there's a song that you want to play that's in C, and you sort of have a look at it and think, no, I can't play those chords. Well, what we're going to do today is just go through and just give you a few ways that you can maybe break down those barriers and maybe just sort of open out songs that maybe weren't possible before. And so we're going to start today with a chord of C, and then we're going to take that through to a chord of A minor, and then we're going to take that through to a chord of G, and now we're going to look at the chord of F, which normally scares a few people because you've got to use your first finger to bar those two, and then bring in your other fingers to go. For some people that's a little bit tricky, especially when you're sort of leading the song and you're singing and you're looking to see where your fingers are supposed to be going. You don't want to have that distraction as worshippers and as worship leaders especially. I don't think it's a healthy thing to have music as a distraction for worship. You've got to be confident in what you're doing and you've got to be comfortable with what you're doing. And so one of the things that I've sort of done a little bit over the years, and especially to make it a little bit more open as well, just a little bit more carefree, with the F chord, is you've got your F chord there, and if you just relax that, you can just create that sort of shape. And on the second fret of, on the first fret of the second string, you've got your C. On the second fret of the third string, you're playing the A, and on the third fret of the fourth string, you're playing an F. And that's your basic F-A-C chord. And what you get over the top of that, if you go through to the top string, is you get an F major 7th with the E added. Sounding a bit jazzy. But if you then take out your second finger, that sounded a bit more familiar. You get that chord quite a lot in worship. That is an F 9th with a major 7th on it. And same with the C chord. Just bring it back in if you want. Okay, and what that does is, especially for worship and especially when you've got a lot of other instruments playing as well, it can sort of help to open it out a little bit, and it can help to change the mood and change the feel of it. I wouldn't recommend doing this every single time, but it does work with certain songs. One of the songs that it especially works well with is John Mark Macmillan's How He Loves. So if you're starting this in C, you're going through from the C chord to your A minor chord, Okay, and that sort of fits what you're doing with that. And like I say, like I've said in previous videos, it's nice just to play around with chords. Once you've got the structure sorted out, and once you've got your fingers happy with where they are, you can sort of add and remove things. And especially pertinent is this middle finger. So if you've got a C chord, you can take that out and you end up with a C ninth chord, or a C second chord. Then with the F chords, start with it out, bring it back in. So that just gives you a few things to practice, and by all means have a play around with these chords. You know, change it up. You don't have to do it exactly the same way as I've done it. You don't have to sort of even do the same sort of style. You can just sort of do it maybe in eighths. So. So that gives you quite a few different things to try around the chords of C, and hopefully that will open it up a little bit for you. I'm going to do a few more of these. We're going to go through some different chord shapes, some slightly less traditional chord shapes in the keys of D and A as well, and those videos will be appearing on this site a bit later. So for today, that's going to be it. But as I say, just have a play around with chords, see what you're comfortable with, and just work out what suits you best. But hopefully that's opened up a little bit more of the key of C for you, and hopefully you'll be able to take this out and use it in your worship sets. Bless you as you do. Thank you.